What if the most effective remedies you'll ever use aren't in a pharmacy at all? They're growing in roadside ditches, in empty lots, maybe under your feet right now. For thousands of years, people survived injuries, infections, fevers, and chronic illness without synthetic drugs. Not because they had no choice, but because they had plants that worked. Many of them now backed by modern clinical research. Today, we're uncovering 20 powerful medicinal plants that modern culture quietly abandoned, including one that science just confirmed works against antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and another that inspired aspirin itself. We'll start with the dependable healers, the ones that saved lives long before hospitals existed. And if you appreciate practical, grounded plant knowledge like this, consider subscribing to Verdant Harvest. No pressure, just join us if you value rediscovering wisdom that was never meant to disappear. Let's begin with the plants that stop bleeding, close wounds, and repair damaged tissue. Number 1. Calendula, pot marigold. At first glance, calendula looks ornamental, bright orange and golden petals glowing in the sun. But behind that cheerful appearance is one of the most respected skin-healing plants in history. Medieval soldiers reportedly carried dried calendula flowers with them because wounds treated with it were less likely to fester. That wasn't superstition. Modern analysis shows calendula is rich in triterpenoids and flavonoids, compounds known to reduce inflammation and support tissue regeneration. When infused into oil and made into a salve, calendula becomes a powerful ally for minor burns, scrapes, rashes, and irritated skin. It doesn't just sit on the surface, it actively supports the body's repair process, encouraging cleaner, faster healing. It's gentle enough for daily use, yet strong enough to have earned the trust of generations. Number 2. Plantain, Plantago major. You've probably stepped on it hundreds of times. Plantain, the low-growing weed with broad oval leaves, thrives in compacted soil, trails, lawns, and sidewalks. Indigenous communities observed how it followed European settlers and nicknamed it white man's footprint. But what made it unforgettable wasn't its persistence. It was its reliability. Fresh plantain leaves, crushed or chewed and applied directly, calm insect bites, reduce swelling, and slow minor bleeding. The leaf's natural compounds help soothe inflammation and fight microbial growth. Research even supports its role in improving burn recovery. In a true emergency, it's immediate medicine. No processing, no preparation, just leaf to skin. That accessibility is part of its genius. Number 3. Yarrow. Yarrow has a long-standing reputation as a battlefield plant, and for good reason. It performs a rare dual function. It helps stop bleeding while also encouraging tissue repair. Most plants do one or the other. Yarrow does both. Its natural hemostatic properties help slow blood flow in minor cuts, while its anti-inflammatory effects assist the healing process. Traditionally, crushed leaves were packed directly into wounds. Beyond that, yarrow tea was used to reduce fevers and support circulation during illness. It's not flashy, but in moments that matter, it's dependable. Number 4. Comfrey. Few plants have a nickname as descriptive as knitbone. Comfrey contains allantoin, a compound known to stimulate cell proliferation. In simple terms, it encourages the body to rebuild tissue more quickly. Modern trials show topical comfrey preparations can reduce pain and improve mobility in sprains, bruises, back strain, and even osteoarthritis. But here's the crucial boundary. Comfrey is for external use only. Internally, certain compounds can stress the liver. Used responsibly on the skin, however, it remains one of nature's most impressive tissue repair allies. It doesn't mask injury. It supports rebuilding. Number 5. Self-heal, Prunella vulgaris. When a plant earns the name heal-all, expectations are high. Self-heal has traditionally been used for sore throats, mouth ulcers, minor wounds, and inflamed tissue, especially in delicate mucous membranes where treatment can be difficult. Emerging research suggests it may even disrupt bacterial biofilms, the protective layers that make infections harder to eliminate. As a tea, gargle, or topical application, it offers soothing, antimicrobial support exactly where it's needed most. When congestion, cough, and infection strike, suppression isn't always healing. Some plants help the body actually clear the problem. Number 6. Mullein. You've seen it rising above roadside ditches. Tall stalk, soft grey-green leaves that feel almost like felt. Mullein doesn't look medicinal, it looks ordinary. Yet for centuries, it was one of the most trusted lung remedies in rural households. Mullein leaves contain natural saponins that act as expectorants. Instead of suppressing a cough, they help thin and loosen mucus so it can be expelled. That distinction matters. Stagnant mucus creates the perfect environment for infection to linger. Clearing it reduces that risk. Traditionally used for bronchitis, asthma, chest colds, and lingering congestion, mullein tea was carefully strained to remove tiny leaf hairs before drinking. The goal wasn't sedation, it was restoration of airflow. It supports the lungs in doing what they're built to do: clean themselves. Number 7. White horehound. Long before neon-wrapped cough drops lined store shelves, there was horehound candy. White horehound was so respected for respiratory complaints that people transformed its intensely bitter tea into lozenges and sweets. Why? Because it worked. Horehound stimulates bronchial secretions. In practical terms, it converts a dry, irritating cough into a productive one. That shift can mean the difference between lingering illness and actual recovery. Instead of muting the reflex, it makes the cough more efficient, helping clear the chest rather than silencing it. That's a fundamentally different philosophy of healing. Number 8. Elecampane. Some respiratory issues don't leave quickly. After pneumonia, severe bronchitis, or repeated infections, lungs can feel weakened for months. Elecampane was traditionally reserved for exactly that scenario. Its thick root contains antimicrobial and antitussive compounds, but its reputation goes deeper. Herbalists described it as a lung tonic, something taken steadily over weeks to rebuild respiratory resilience. It's not dramatic. It doesn't produce instant relief. Instead, it works gradually, supporting tissue repair and strengthening weakened airways. Where antibiotics attack pathogens directly, elecampane focuses on recovery and fortification. Number 9. Boneset. In the 1800s, if fever and body aches struck a household, boneset was often the first response. Nicknamed for its ability to relieve the deep muscular pain of influenza, sometimes called breakbone fever, boneset tea was taken hot at the earliest signs of illness. Its intense bitterness was legendary, but so was its effectiveness. Traditionally, it was used to stimulate immune response and promote sweating, helping the body mount a coordinated defense. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't gentle in flavor, but generations relied on it during epidemics. And that consistency says something. Number 10. Blue vervain. Respiratory illness doesn't happen in isolation. Stress, tension, and exhaustion weaken immune defenses long before symptoms appear. Blue vervain addresses that foundation. Traditionally classified as a nervine, vervain was given to those who felt wound too tight, anxious, restless, unable to sleep. Modern research suggests it may have genuine anxiolytic properties, calming nervous tension without heavy sedation. When the nervous system relaxes, immune function improves, sleep deepens, recovery accelerates. Because lung health isn't just about mucus, it's about inflammation, immunity, and stress regulation working together. And as we move forward, we're stepping beyond support into plants that modern science is now re-examining for their antimicrobial and metabolic power. These are the plants modern science is revisiting with renewed respect. Number 11. Sea buckthorn. In the harsh climates of the Himalayas and Siberia grows a thorny shrub covered in brilliant orange berries. Sea buckthorn survived brutal environments, and it offers that same resilience to the body. For centuries, Tibetan and Russian medical traditions used its oil to restore damaged skin and fragile mucous membranes. What makes it unique is its concentration of omega-7 fatty acids, a rare lipid that directly supports the health of epithelial tissues, the linings of your skin, eyes, digestive tract, and reproductive system. Modern studies show improvements in dry skin, eczema, dry eye syndrome, and even postmenopausal vaginal dryness. Russian cosmonauts reportedly use sea buckthorn oil to help protect against radiation stress during space missions, a testament to its antioxidant density. This isn't surface-level moisture, it's structural support from within. Number 12. Oregon grape. Chronic skin conditions can feel relentless. Psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, redness that won't calm down. Oregon grape stands out because it doesn't rely solely on tradition. It has clinical evidence. Extracts containing berberine and related alkaloids have demonstrated measurable improvements in psoriasis symptoms when used topically. Its compounds carry both antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties, addressing two major drivers of chronic skin irritation. Instead of simply masking inflammation, Oregon grape works at the biochemical level to modulate it. Few herbs can claim that level of modern validation. Number 13. Yellow dock. Old herbalists called it a blood purifier, but that phrase was shorthand for something more physiological: improved elimination. Yellow dock root is rich in bitter compounds and anthraquinones that stimulate bile production and digestive flow. When bile moves properly, toxins and metabolic waste are processed more efficiently. When digestion improves, skin often follows. Many stubborn skin conditions are connected to sluggish elimination. Yellow dock works gently, encouraging the liver and digestive tract to function as intended rather than forcing a harsh response. It's not flashy, but it restores balance internally. Number 14. Red clover. So common it's often ignored, red clover hides its power in plain sight. Its flowers contain isoflavones, plant compounds with mild estrogenic activity. Research supports its use for menopausal hot flashes and hormonal transitions. Traditionally, it was also used for chronic inflammatory skin conditions. Red clover doesn't act aggressively, it nourishes. It supports gradual change over weeks or months. For people navigating hormonal shifts or low-grade inflammation, it offers steady, gentle reinforcement. Sometimes healing isn't dramatic, it's consistent. Number 15. Usnea, old man's beard. Hanging like pale green threads from tree branches, Usnea isn't technically a plant. It's a lichen, a symbiotic partnership between fungus and algae. Inside, it lives usnic acid, a compound with notable antimicrobial activity, including action against certain resistant bacteria strains. In wilderness settings, Usnea was traditionally applied directly to wounds or prepared as a tincture for infection control. Modern research confirms it wasn't guesswork. Its antimicrobial effects are measurable. It's a reminder that medicine doesn't always grow from soil. Sometimes it grows from bark. Number 16. Barberry. Few botanical compounds have been studied as extensively as berberine, and barberry is one of its richest natural sources. Used for over 2 millennia in Persian, Ayurvedic, and Chinese traditions, barberry was valued for digestive infections, liver support, and inflammatory conditions. Today, berberine research spans antimicrobial action, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol support, and anti-inflammatory effects. In an era of rising antibiotic resistance, berberine-containing plants are being examined with renewed urgency. Ancient practice, modern validation, scientific alignment. But even with all this promise, the final two plants remind us of something essential. Power must be balanced with caution, and natural doesn't automatically mean harmless. Number 17. Toothache plant. If you've never experienced toothache plant, the first time is unforgettable. Chew one of its small, cone-shaped flowers, and within seconds your mouth begins to tingle. Then it goes numb. Not subtly, noticeably. The active compound, spilenthol, acts as a natural anesthetic, temporarily dulling pain in the gums, tongue, and inner cheeks. Traditional healers used it for tooth pain, mouth ulcers, and sore throats. It doesn't cure decay or infection, but it provides fast, localized relief, something incredibly valuable before modern dentistry existed. Even today, its effect surprises people. The numbing action is immediate, direct, and undeniable. It's a perfect example of how plants can contain compounds just as pharmacologically active as anything in a medicine cabinet. Number 18. Agrimony. Agrimony doesn't shock the system, it steadies it. Rich in tannins, this unassuming plant has strong astringent properties. That means it tightens and tones inflamed tissue, particularly in the throat and digestive tract. Traditionally, agrimony tea was used as a gargle for sore throats, laryngitis, and mouth irritation. Internally, it was taken for mild diarrhea or digestive upset, where its astringency helped calm and stabilize irritated mucous membranes. It's not dramatic medicine, it's practical medicine, the kind that handles everyday inflammation quietly and effectively. Number 19. Sassafras. Sassafras tells a different story, one of respect and restraint. For centuries, its aromatic root bark was used for fevers, rheumatism, and digestive complaints. It later became famous as the original flavoring for root beer. Indigenous communities and early settlers valued it deeply, but modern analysis revealed something important. Sassafras contains safrole, a compound linked to liver toxicity and carcinogenic effects in large amounts. As a result, internal use is now restricted in many places. This doesn't invalidate traditional knowledge, it refines it. Sassafras reminds us that natural does not automatically equal harmless. Traditional wisdom points us toward powerful plants. Modern science helps us understand safe boundaries. It's not a contradiction, it's collaboration. Number 20. Meadowsweet, the plant behind aspirin. And then there's meadowsweet, perhaps the most symbolic plant on this entire list. Long before synthetic pain relievers, people turned to meadowsweet for headaches, fever, arthritis, and inflammation. It contains salicylates, the same family of compounds that inspired the development of aspirin. Chemists eventually isolated salicylic acid from plants like meadowsweet and willowbark, refining it into acetylsalicylic acid, aspirin. But here's the twist. Traditional herbalists used meadowsweet not only for pain and fever, but also to soothe stomach irritation. Unlike isolated aspirin, which can irritate the gastric lining, the whole plant contains additional compounds that buffer and balance its effects. When we extracted one molecule, we gained standardization and convenience, but we also removed the complex synergy that softened its impact. That doesn't mean synthetic medicine is wrong. It means something subtle was lost in translation. The real takeaway isn't to abandon modern medicine. It's to remember that nature has been solving biological problems for millennia, and many of those solutions still grow quietly around us. If this opened your eyes even a little, I'd love to hear from you. Which plant surprised you the most? Which one would you want to learn more about? Leave a comment. Your thoughts help shape what we explore next here on Verdant Harvest. If you found value in this, share it with someone who loves self-reliance or natural health. And if you want more grounded, research-backed plant wisdom, subscribe and join us. This isn't about rejecting modern science. It's about remembering what we forgot and rebuilding a relationship with the living medicine all around us.